Hi guys, Rebecca the Explorer here. Today is 4/7/2017. The time is 4:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the 8th in New Zealand at approximately 8:43 a.m. In front of me, I have a map of Google Earth, and I'm going to go over today's quakes and then tell you what I have discovered from watching a pattern of quakes on the west coast South Island and their effect to the east coast of South Island. Okay, let's go over some quakes, and we're going to go back to the to 9:14 to midnight on the 7th, and then into the 8th. First quake we're going to look at was a 1.7 at 106 kilometers in depth. This was on the back side of Taupo. The next quake was a 2.2 at 112 kilometers in depth. This was in a deforestation area. The next quake was a 2.5. Which is near this 4.6. The next quake was a 3.9. Which is both over here near Ormond Valley. Then we're going to go into the 8th. We'll start with a 3.0, which is down here towards the middle of South Island. This is near Mount Aspiring. Our next quake was a 2.6 at 68 kilometers in depth. Our next quake was a 2.4 at 51 kilometers in depth. This was over here off Mount Rupehu. Our next quake was a 2.6. This was over here near Rapunga, sorry. The next quake was a 2.5. This was near Ashurst and Woodville. Next quake was a 2.6. That's near Puhi Puhi. The next quake was a 2.8. The next quake we're going to go to is a 1.8 at 68 kilometers in depth. This is over here near Takaha. Next quake was a 2.5. This is on the other side of Taupo, Western Bay. Next quake was a 3.0. This was over here near Sudden. Our next quake was a 2.7. This also was over here near Clifford Bay and Sudden and Lake Grassmere. Okay, now we're going to go into what I've learned. A few days ago, I noted a deep quake to the east coast. which was right down and around here. And I hadn't seen one there before. I also started watching the deeper quakes to the west coast over in this area on South Island. And it is my opinion, based on my own research, that deeper quakes are causing larger quakes to the east coast of the island. In my research, I've noted that a 3.1 at 154 kilometers occurred at 10:16 a.m. on the 6th of April, followed by a 2.5 at 94 kilometers at 3:44 p.m. on the 6th of April. That was followed by a 5.0 at 9:42 p.m., which was right here. I screenshot this quake and shared on my Facebook. That I was watching an area that was on the east coast and diagonal, which would be right about here. From a 3.0 at 79 kilometers deep that occurred on April 6th at 5:56 a.m. This was followed by a 2.4 at 115 kilometers deep on April 7th at 1 a.m. New Zealand time, after I had stated I was watching for a 4.0 on the east coast of New Zealand. At 7:23 p.m. New Zealand time, a 4.6 occurred 40 kilometers southwest of Sydney. Now what I managed to do is I didn't know about this one, so I had thought that this 3.0 would equal to about a 4 in this area, so hence I had put down that I was looking for a 4.0. But when I add the 2.4 at 115 kilometers in depth to the 3.0 at 79 kilometers in depth, I come out to a 4.6, close to a 5. So it's my opinion that deeper quakes on the west side of the continental transform fault affect the areas from Seddon to Half Moon Bay. So that would be in this area here, where this transform fault is, continental transform fault. I believe that these quakes, and I'm going to be watching these to see what happens with these, but I believe the deeper ones within this area and here affect over here, but down to this transform fault. And as this builds up here, I believe that it affects this area here. Anyway, you guys, much love. I just wanted to show that to you all. Remember to watch Dutch Sense. Be prepared, don't be scared, and have a plan.